I'm Shay Russell from mining.com.au, and joining me today is Sean Delaney, the Managing Director for Olympio Metals. Sean, what an absolute pleasure to have you on. How are you?
Thank you, Shay. Thanks for having me on.
Now, let's talk about these incredible results. You started drilling just a couple of days ago at your Canadian project, and already you have visible gold coming out of the sample. First of all, congratulations, but can you elaborate a little bit more about what you're seeing?
Thanks, Shay. Yeah, look, it's obviously super exciting. This is some visible gold in the core. We're drilling some diamond holes at the Bousquet Project, and 188 meters at depth, which was around where we were sort of expecting a zone, which is really a long strike from the previous sort of 9 meters at 17 grams. So it's probably a western extension of the Paquin mineralization. So yeah, look, it's always super exciting to hit free gold in the first hole that you drill, because it just gives everyone, especially me, encouragement to the possibility for success. So I'm super excited.
It certainly is an encouraging sign. But I wouldn't mind stepping back a bit and looking at the Maiden drilling program overall that's happening at Bousquet. Can you sort of outline what your plans are with this program?
We're doing about 2,500 meters of diamond drilling, really across sort of the Bousquet project. Just sort of targeting some of the key areas. Paquin is sort of the most advanced prospect and where we've had the best historical results. So look, we've had the team in the field. We've just been over there when we spoke last. So Dave, our geo, and the local guys have been out there just sort of repositioning of the historical holes. So it's just given us a lot of sort of encouragement about that some of the very old results, even back from the 40s, that he was able to find a lot of those holes. That's given us sort of great encouragement. We've positioned the holes based on what we've been able to find. So yeah, we'll start with 2,500 meters roughly. The first hole we pushed through to sort of 350 meters, so it's well past the planned depth. But yeah, it's not a cap on the drilling. Just depends on what we see in the core. So yeah, we're just going to drill a few of the key areas: Paquin, then Amadei, which is a long sort of strike from Paquin, and now we're sort of getting the impression that it's all part of the one structure, which is a kilometer long. So yeah, it's great to be drilling there. We've got approval to drill 10,000 meters, so we'll just get started with this program, then see what comes out of the core, and what we can learn about the structures, and then just sort of plan from there.
Now, this is probably unfair of me to ask when you've already found free gold in the first hole. What can investors look forward to hearing in the next couple of weeks? Because you kind of smashed it out of the park on this one.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we've obviously logged and sort of cut that first hole. We'll just send off that first sort of 9 meter intercept where the free gold was for some priority assays, just so we get the information back to the market. We're sending significant sections of that hole. There's plenty of encouragement. It wasn't just outside that or just that 9 meters, but plenty of encouragement, down to sort of 280 odd meters in the hole. So we'll send a lot of core to be assayed. We'll probably have priority results back in the next couple of weeks. But then, the news will keep coming. We're on to the second hole. Core looks interesting. We're going to try and do some more holes which further extend Paquin to the west, and then we're drilling some other targets. Really just to give us good information about some of the super exciting prospects we've got there at Bousquet. So lots of news flow over the coming months there. So yeah, we're pumped about it, to be honest. Yeah.
I don't blame you. The Bousquet project is finally giving up its secrets. Listen, Sean, thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to what you guys pull out of the ground next.
Thank you, Shay.